Some bullshit.
They're canceling the fucking show?
Yeah, they're planning on dropping us after 7 years.
That's bullshit. You still got people that listen and like the show.
Look, guys, you had a good 7-year run. What more do you want from us?
You're like a goddamn Oreo cookie. You taste like shit but swathed in the center.
Okay, goddammit. Our hands are tied, okay? Yeah, you're goddamn right, your hands are tied. Jerk, pass me the duct tape. Motherfucker. What are you doing? Tape them together. Yeah, motherfucker.
You know what? I think I kind of like this.
Yeah.
Tie it a little tighter. Tighter.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motors.
Hellfire, I think somebody lit a cigarette. Nope, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9. STIM radio fam, they ahead of their time. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call a real show. They tough as hell with a hard edge like a steel top. They campaign like a bass said. So if you mad at them, call in, fuck some hate mail. And if you like that,
Oh my God. Okay, obviously you can tell Kangaroo is working the board. I was going to raise my hand. What did you see? What happened?
I don't know.
I was over here just fucking with stuff, and you're like, I heard your mic come on, and I heard the thing fade. I'm like, what are you doing? You got to listen to the rap part. Once he stops rapping, he'll say the shit that irks me. And then that's when you turn all the mics on and you do all that fun shit.
Okay.
So there we go. Damn it.
It was interesting.
See, and I was like saying, "Oh, Kangaroo's got it, man. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up and not micro." See, and I gotta watch what I'm doing over here, because what did I do? All I did was like maybe move my hand a little.
I don't know. Yeah, and I thought you were ready to go in.
No, sorry, I was getting fidgety. I guess I was just playing with the cord and doing. I'm just a fidgety person by nature, I think.
Okay.
You know, I can't sit still. So anyway, all right, fuckers, welcome to the show. I am Maxwell Silverhammer. And we got Kangaroo working the board.
Kangaroo?
And, okay. So, God, my right nut hurts a little bit tonight. I'm not sure what the fuck's going on there. But when I leaned over to turn my my sound up, I was like, oh. So, I don't know what's up. That happens, though. I think it's a hip adjustment. You know, I got to go into Dr. John's and get him to adjust me or something. So, anyway, fuck. So, it's funny. I'll get people that will, oh, by the way, Jerkman will be here later, everybody, so if you're wondering. But, yeah, I get people that matter of fact, on 4th of July, there's this friend of my family who I really don't care for. You know, I got into it with her one time about voting, and she was saying, oh, you need to vote, blah, blah. So my idea of her is a little bit tarnished. You know, I've got some, I don't know. Anyway, so she asked me, and a lot of people do this. She's not the only one. I've had other people do it too. But they'll always ask me, so how's your radio show going? Well, maybe if you'll listen to the motherfucker once in a while, you'll find out. And number two, okay, well, if you don't, you know, the first question I always want to ask people, do you listen? No. Well, then why do you give a shit? You know,
Exactly.
It's kind of a waste of, to me, it's a waste of promotion. You know, like I don't even tell people I do a radio show unless I see that they're kind of like-minded, like somebody who might appreciate what I'm doing, you know. But other than that, I don't just go up to your average person. Like, matter of fact, when people say, you know, tell me about yourself, tell me, you know, if they're not really hip to this kind of thing, you know, as far as like just my fucked up humor and all that kind of stuff, I don't tell them about the radio show. I just don't talk about it. So it's just something I kind of keep. And the same thing when I used to do music. You know, I had a roommate that used to say, well, why don't you tell more people you rap? And I'm like, dude, these people wouldn't appreciate it. You know?
So do you have any tapes or albums?
Yeah, I do. Matter of fact, the one commercial we play for Mr. Zero Tolerance,
Yeah.
that's my album. It's up there on CD Baby.
Oh.
So it's a digital download. So, and that was done in 2000. I don't do music anymore. Oh, my nigga. We got a phone call. Look at that. All right, pop them on in. Hey, welcome to the shit that irks me. Who's this?
This is Bunny Rabbit.
Hey, Bunny Rabbit, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good? What's happening?
Not much.
Cool. Are you listening?
Hold on. I think George is calling me on the other line.
Oh, great.
Call back when you want to talk.
Yeah, call back when you want to talk. So that's funny. You know, $10 says she wasn't listening.
No, probably not. She probably forgot the show was on now.
All right, wait a minute. Hold on. She's done this show for what, a month, 2 months with us?
Yeah.
And it's 7 o'clock. So, yeah, you're right. It's almost like she was caught off guard, right?
Yeah. I think she was trying to call George,
Oh, and she had the
and
station
she got
number.
us instead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because, like I said, she did not seem like she was in even a bitching mood. Sometimes I get this shit, too, where people will know I'm on, but they're not listening. Like, oh, it's 7 o'clock. He's on the air. Let's call him. And then they'll call up, and then they'll be like, hey, man, what's up? And you're like, not much. What's going on? Oh, not much, man. So what's happening? Dude, did you call? Or they'll have something in mind. Like, they'll be out driving, and they'll be, oh, I want to call up and bitch about fucking traffic. Now, of course, we're not talking about traffic, but they'll call up, and then we'll talk about traffic. You know, hey, man, I want to bitch about these fucking drivers out here, man. These fucking illegals, man. These idiots drive like fucking dicks. Well, actually, we're talking about stupid bitches. Well, hey, man, I want to talk about drivers. Well, that's not the topic right now.
Yeah, we're on a different topic.
You know, in the beginning, I think we set a fucked up precedent because we used to say, you know, your irk is our irk, and call in and you know, we'll talk about it and all this kind of stuff. But really, it's kind of, I don't know, that in most cases, that's why I was very surprised. The other, you know, that one guy that called last week or so, I was about to go, you know, dude, okay, you obviously called the health line.
Right.
That's what you want to listen to. But then when he started talking about the shit that we were talking about, and obviously it shows he had been listening, I was like, oh, okay. So then you're fully attentive, you know?
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
anyway.
that was a good call.
Yeah, it was a good call. So, yeah, but when to answer your question, yes, it is up on CD Baby. You look for Be Sick, B-SICK. I don't do music anymore. I just kind of got burnt out with just the music business bullshit in general. So it just wasn't my kind of thing. But now I got to deal with it in a different way, you know, with doing the show. Because, again, you know, you get people that will, you know, they always ask about the show every fucking time. How's your show going? How's your show going? Well, do you listen? No. Well, then why do you give a fuck? Or, you know, you'll say, or you know they're not going to like the show. You know, and they just happen to find out you do one. And they're like, oh, I got to check you out sometime. And you're like, oh, you're in for a fucking surprise. So yeah, I get a lot of that kind of shit. And, you know, you're just like, and actually I think I threw a curveball her way because I said, well, actually, she's like, you got a lot of listeners? You know, that's the first dorky ass fucking question they'll ask you. And I said, well, actually, no, we're losing listeners. And she was like, really? And I said, yeah, I don't know. It's summertime. You know, people are dropping off.
That's the way. Throw them a curveball.
Yeah, well, you know, you're right. Because they're expecting to hear all good, right? Oh, we're great. We got 40,000 listeners, and we can now be heard in 50 states.
Right.
Even though we're internet. People still have trouble with that concept. You know, how many times have I heard, what station are you on? And I always bitch, you know, this is something I always have to bitch about, you know, when that happens. And the same as when like I said, you know, to parallel this, when I used to do music, you know, I remember people used to ask me stupid questions like, hey, when's your new album coming out? I'm like, and my first question was always, do you have this one? And they'd go, no. Well, then fuck off.
Then why do you care?
Right. You know, there should be no, why are you so interested, obviously? You know what it is? It's just a piece for small talk. And you kind of see it, especially in my case, as a form of condescension. You know, it's their way to sort of go, well, how's your little radio show going, guy? You know, their way to just be like, yeah, you know, you're playing like you're on the radio, huh? You're going to be a big radio star guy, thing. Well, fuck, you know, and you're just like...
And they're patting you on the head.
Yeah, it's a pat on... It's just what it is. It's
Yeah.
that. It's a pat on the head. And you're going, oh, man, why? Why do I have to fucking do this? You know, you wish you could just... You know, that's the problem. When you originally get these ideas, to do these kind of things, you don't have those people in mind. You know, you have only and that's what's fucked up, because you really can't make your own audience.
Right.
You know, you might have people, you know, when Jerkman was telling me people were listening in other countries and all that stuff, to be honest with you, I didn't even have them in mind.
Yeah.
You know, they just happen to, which I think it's cool that they like the show, but it's just one of those things where I just never really thought about it, you know, and all of a sudden he was like, oh yeah, you know, we got people in Brazil and in fucking Spain and, you know, and parts of Africa, and you're going, really? Shit, man, that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's you get that whole deal of how's your show going, or you know, and I've actually purposefully, I think I've said this before on the air here, but with a lot of the ITN drivers, I don't even tell them I do a radio show. I kind of keep it secret because it's gotten around, it's spread like wild fucking fire with the paratransit drivers. So they're always asking. Matter of fact, I had a guy the other day that picked me up on paratransit, and he was like, "You still?" And that's the other thing. They'll say things like, "You still talk on the radio?" Breaker 1-9, got your on. Come on there, big fucker duck. You know, so yeah, come on back there, big schloobaloob. You know, so am I talking on the radio, or do you still do your show? Do you still, or you know, like I said, it just a million fucking questions. And of course, the next generic ass question is, how many are, you know, do you have a lot of listeners? You know, or you getting more listener? You know, it's always about listen. You know, I do this for therapy. You know, I really don't give a fuck if you're listening. I know I've said that before. You know, if you listen and you like it, great. Welcome to the show. But for those who, you know, just, I don't know, I'm not trying to grab people just for the sake of grabbing them. You know, I don't have the spam mentality. Ooh, the many numbers I have in my email list to fucking slam with bullshit, you know, the happier I'm going to be. Well, guess what? Half those people delete your message before it's even open, so what's the point of even sending it?
Yep.
You know, like, well, it's like, you know, junk mail or spam or any of that kind of shit. And that's why, or like today I tried to unsubscribe from something, you know, that why the fuck they put me on their list, I don't know. But you click on unsubscribe. And then, of course, when you check the boxes, it won't let you check them. You know, when it says, oh, you know, check this box. Do you want this? I wanted to uncheck all the boxes. So I got no mail, but it wouldn't allow me to do that. It's like, we're going to hold you there. Well, what's the point of that? I guess that's the telemarketer mentality. Oh, well, we're just going to keep you in the database. And, you know, the more we'll call you, the more pissed off you're going to get. And eventually you're going to buy your product. See how backwards is that? Again, I'd love to know the marketing major came up with that strategy. Well, you know, the more you pissed off the client, the more you piss off the customer, the more likely they are to buy your product because they're going to get sick of you bugging them.
And they just want to get rid of you.
No, that's just backwards. You know, I don't do that. You know, the more you bug me, the more I buck. You know, and actually, you know, I try to be nice, but then when you continue, then that's when I'm nasty. And so the more you bother me, you know, here's my motto. If you try to be a salesman, you're going to end up a failed man. And so, you know, if you're going to sit here and push, you know why? Because my brother's that way. He's very, you know, very pushy with things, and you got to go with his way. And if you don't go with his way, he'll fight you on it. Or another big strategy he used to use, like he'll go away. So you think, okay, he's done. Then he'll come back 5 minutes later with some, you know who used to fucking do that was V.
Yes.
Like if her and George got in an argument, you know, they would argue, and then George would say something that would totally fucking knock her out of the ballpark. So then she'd like kind of retreat to the conference room, and then a few minutes later come out and be like, you know, another thing, like, wow, it took you 5 minutes to fucking, did you go back and like sit and write all this shit down? Did you go, okay, you know, talk about scripts, you know, that's another common misconception. You know, that people think we like come in, well, okay, I can't speak for all shows, but myself, I don't plan anything. I mean, there are a few things that I'm like, okay, I want to talk about this tonight. Okay, I'm going to talk about that tonight. You know, so I'll have a few ideas of things that I want to, but I don't have a whole show planned out in my head. You know, I mean, and people will say, well, what, you know, what did your, that's a, okay. To get your ass on my show, to make you a topic on the show, ask me what the topic's going to be about. And oh, that's my assistant at work. Oh, well, now I'll give him a pass because he doesn't know you're on.
Yeah,
he doesn't know I'm on. So I'll call him when we go to break. But must be pretty major for him to call me though, whatever the fuck that may be.
You want to go out to break now?
No. We got what, a couple minutes?
Yeah, about 9.
9 minutes? I can run my mouth for another 9 minutes, then
Okay.
I'll call him back. So, but yeah, Jesus Christ, man. There's a lot of, I'm not sitting here with a script. And this little, it's gone now.
Oh, the little pad.
Yeah, the little notepad. Yeah, there we go. That's not for me. I can't even read that shit. These are blank pieces of paper. I'm sure people think I sit and scroll notes on them. Like, okay, now then at 7:15, I'm gonna jump into this and the that, and nope. I'm just ranting. That's all I'm doing. Just talking about. And if you're entertained, great. And if you're not, well, then go to another website. That's all I can say about that.
Stop listening.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and it's funny though, where some people, if they're not your rants, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's not things that they find relevant, they'll be like, "Why are you ranting about that?" Well, that's personal. You're damn right, it's personal. That's why I do this show. I talk about shit that pisses me the fuck off.
It's personal for me.
Yeah, it's personal for it. Pissed me off enough to make me talk about it, obviously. So
That's how you get on your show.
well,
Piss you off.
That's what I'm saying. Piss me off with a dumb question or a dumb statement, and boy, I'll tell you what, you are the topic. Congrats. So, or let's see, what's another one? Or some people think that we're a music show. What kind of music do you play? Let's see, what are some other dumb? I mean, Jerkman and I have made fun of him over the years. The things that we get, with the show. But like I said, I just thinking about that the other night when she had asked me that. I was like, oh wow, really? So, and I try to keep that on the easy, around a lot of, especially because of the nature of the show I do. If it was more mainstream and I sucked the dick, then I could, maybe be a little, I could be a little more, liberal about it, talking about it, and, oh yeah, well, this is what I do. This is the kind of show I do. But obviously, I don't do it that way. And so I'm just that type of motherfucker. So, but yeah, it was cool being down at the new place yesterday. That was pretty cool. And it was kind of relaxed. And everybody pointed out, too, that I seemed a little more relaxed. And although I wasn't very irked yesterday, not too much. I mean, I had a few things, obviously, but, and that's the thing, too. I don't, I come in here and spew out the shit that I want to talk about. And then other times I'm like, well, I don't really have shit, so I'm just going to talk about what the fuck ever. So, it really just depends. Sometimes I'm feeling like being really introspective, and then there's other days where I just want to fucking totally rip on something, and I come in pissed off. So it really depends on where I want to go with this, So, although, yeah, I've noticed the YouTube, all that is kind of true, though. We've dropped some listeners. I'm not sure what's the haps with that, but yeah, maybe people are, they're going away for the summer. Who the fuck knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Who cares? Again, I don't do it for you. I do it for me.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, if you enjoy it, great. If you don't, well, wait, it's true fucking bad too. So, but yeah, isn't that some shit? Now, here it is. That's another point too. My phone did not ring all day. Now all of a sudden I go on the air and the motherfucker rings. Somebody calls me, and of course it's something important. You have all day.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's those people. See, this is the part. People say, well, nobody knows when to call you. Gee, excuse them if they called you at the wrong time. Well, there's a right time and a wrong time to call people. And, there's certain times that are just common sense. I don't call out anybody after 9 o'clock.
Nope, nor do I.
Just kind of my thing. I figure, well, okay, they're probably, if they're in bed. And, unless they tell me different and say, oh, I'm up late. Then, okay, cool, I'll call you. But if you're not up, if I haven't been told specifically by that person who'll call me that, at this time, then, hey, whatever. But I'll tell you who is especially bad with that shit is parents. Because parents do not give a fuck what you are doing. You know, my mom the other day, and that was the thing. I was having lunch. Okay, so here it is, 11:30, 12 o'clock, okay? Right about the height of the lunch hour. You know, people are having lunch. And so what happens? Well, my phone rings, and I actually thought it was somebody. I was expecting a call, and it was on my charger in my room. So I couldn't hear who called. I just heard it, you know, the music playing. And so I went in there and I answered it, and it turns out to be my mom, and she wants to talk about Sunday dinner plans and shit. And I'm like, oh yeah. And so of course you try to make a spectacle. Like what I did is I went back in the other room, and you know, and then they want to talk. You know, then they want to have this big, long fucking conversation. Because she's like, okay, well, what we're going to do Sunday night is we're going to meet at this place. And, you know, either your brother or I will pick you up. And I'm like, okay, that's good. Meanwhile, I'm crunching in her ear because I'm trying to show her that I'm eating. I'm like, uh-huh. Yeah, Mom. You know, and I'm really trying to make a spectacle of the fact that I am eating. And it doesn't fucking matter. Oh, no. It's and I don't know where the family gets this entitlement shit going on. Hey, listen, I am your mother. You are going to sit and I don't give a shit. You're fucking eat. You put your goddamn chips down, put your fucking sandwich down, and you're going to talk to me. Okay? You're going to listen to what I have to say, and I am going to expect some feedback. You know, because that's it too. It's one thing if they want to rattle at you, but they also expect feedback. They also expect you to have some shit to say to them. You know, because then she starts asking me what we're doing for 4th of July. So, of course, I'm kind of half in and half out. You know, I said something. I was like, yeah, so I think we might, And she's like, oh, you don't know what you're doing yet? And I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I'm eating.
I'm just trying to eat.
Yeah, and you're annoying the fuck out of me right now. So get off my goddamn phone. You know, it's just funny when like I said, family refuses to take the hint. But then when you get friends that do it, it's even worse.
Yes.
You know, so although, you know, people always say, well, don't answer the phone. Okay, yes, that's smart and probably a good idea. But at the same time, you figure maybe it'll be something short. And like I said, you see certain names, you know, like your parents, you know, and you always think, well, maybe something's up. Let me call it. You know, because it was, you know, 11:30 on a Friday afternoon, or Friday morning / afternoon, you know. So obviously there's something, you know, maybe there's something happening. So you figure, well, I better take the call. And not only that, but I did not hear who was calling, which, hey, my bad. I shouldn't answer the phone. But then you get some friends. They don't give a shit what time it is. You could be at work, you know, and they'll call you at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon just to yimple yaddy. And you're just like, really? And they're just like, what's up, man? What are you doing?
And a lot of times it's the same old shit.
Well, of course. I mean, certain people I don't mind talking to, and certain people that know about, you know, what kind of work I do and, you know, what's happening with me, that I can talk to them. But then there's other people that want to just, you know, rattle, or not even really rattle. They don't really rattle. They just kind of sit there and they're like, yeah, just checking in with you. And you're like, this is really a bad fucking time, especially when you're bored. So you're bored and what a friend. You're calling to share your boredom with me. I love that.
Thank you.
I've had so many friends over the years that did shit like that. You know, they just call you because they're bored. And I remember when I was in high school, well, fuck, I could go through all of my bugaboos from high school. But there was one guy, his name was Corey. And it was this black guy. Actually, I think he may have been gay, now looking back. But anyway, we'll get into him in a second. We'll be right back, bitches.
What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic, like you already know. Get him, Jay!
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. That's back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul.
I loved you. You were my girl.
bangers like hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Answer me this. When did having a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice, 5.0 Reasons, 10th Anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and Mob Blues. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and
Hello,
iTunes.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually, I'm joking and having fun and laughing, but in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy and content and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement.
Do you hate women that you can't fuck? Have you tried to rub your dick on some woman's foot and she turned you down?
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, if so, you need Game for the Mentally Lame. That's right. If you're a mental retard and women are trying to kill you with their Google cheesy leasy, then this is the book for you. That's right. Learn brand new pickup lines. Hey, baby, you hear my fake? Wanna hear on it?
No, I don't want to sit on your face, but I'd like to split your fucking lip.
Or you can also learn brand new ways of being smooth and romantic with the come-ons. Hey, how about we go have some choochie, and then after that, we can go to the rum runner.
Great. Just what I've always wanted. My own drunken alcoholic retard. No thanks.
So see, the proof is in the tard. So get Game for the Mentally Lame for only $19.99 if you call now. Order Game for the Mentally Lame for all tards and those who can't quite get it. He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a gack, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gotta slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jismbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down. At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance. Available for digital download only. Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun, my toleration is none. Fucking Buster and I bitch up.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters, so turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scams. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer.
Fuck that guy.
And DJ Jerkman.
Yeah, fuck that guy too.
Only on STEM Radio.
Damn, this shit really irks me.
STEM Radio. STEM Radio.
And Jerkman wonders why I sit like an erect penis. That's so Kangaroo doesn't think that I'm fucking, if I start fidgeting or moving, then all of a sudden she's going to think that I'm trying to fucking, tell her something, I guess. But anyway, welcome back to the shit that irks me. So I was starting to get into some of my bugaboos. Okay, that's my assistant sending me a text back. My bugaboos in life. Now, I had one friend, and actually this guy has actually improved very much. But there was a time when we were little, I mean, we're talking, 10, 11 years old, where he would call me. It got so bad, we actually limited him to one call a day because he was that, and he would call me about stupid, he didn't even, it wouldn't even be talking very much. He just would want to be on the phone with me. You know what I mean? And this motherfucker, and you knew it was him. And because this is before caller ID and all that kind of stuff. And I remember I'd get home, I'd be like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, whenever the hell it was, I'd get home. And all of a sudden, I'd be there a minute or so, fucking phone would start ringing. And I knew, I'm like, this motherfucker, I'm not answering the phone. And, and as a matter of fact, I'd have babysitters. And so I'd go out and I'd play and I'd do my shit and whatever. I'd come back in and they would be adamant. And they'd be like, you need to call him now. And I'm like, call him in a bit. And they're like, no, call him now.
He's driving us nuts.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was. And it's just like, God damn, man. So eventually he got it, but, it took years. But, he probably about after a year, I think, because we got in a big-ass fight at one point. Now we're really cool, but there was a time when we weren't so cool. But I think he realized he had to chill out with the phone shit a little bit. Then I had this other guy I was starting to tell you guys about. This guy named Corey. And I think he might have been gay. And this is when I was like in junior high school. And he'd always call. And he'd always try to sound real sexy on the phone. So he'd call me up and he'd be like, hello. And he's like, hello. And you're going, what's up, man? Nothing. What you doing? And you're like, I'm just sitting here listening to music. Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you doing? You're trying to put something in the conversation. I'm just watching TV. And you're just like, oh, my God. And at one point, see, this is why I think he may have been gay. Because he asked me a question. He said, you ever just take off all your clothes and lay on the bed and let the fan just blow on you? I'm like, no. Can't say I do that, man. And even if I did, I don't think I'd tell you about it. So, but yeah, that's... there was him, and oh God, I've had a bunch. I could sit here and tell story upon excruciating story of just bugaboos and people that fucking, bug the shit out of me. And it's been a constant thing. It's not like, oh, okay, it was a stage in my life where I've always had phone bugaboos, all the time. Even when I was little, from being about 10 on up, it was just bugaboo. It used to be really bad. G Motors.
Oh,
actually.
Really?
Yeah, G Motors used to be really bad with this shit. And he would call, and we're talking 7 o'clock on a fucking Saturday morning. 6:30, 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning. And, you knew it was him. Well, he would call. Thank God my parents would be up. But then they would say something later like, why is he calling so early? And I'm like, I don't fucking know, you know. And then when I got my own line, what I would start doing is I would pull the cord out of the wall because I knew he was calling that, and I'm like, Jesus, dude, give me some chance to sleep and just kind of chill, you know. And then my mom would come up and knock on my door and be like, why aren't you answering your phone? And I'm like, is that you calling? She's like, no, it's G Motors. He's trying to get a hold of you. And I'm like, well, how do you know this? And she's like, he called my phone. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And that's what he would do, too. If he didn't get one person, he'd call another person. And then, actually, back when I had roommates, he would call them at work when he couldn't get me. Because there were times where he would call and want me to call him back, you know, and you knew it was a dimple call, so you didn't give it much priority. And, you know, he still had a pager back then. So he'd say, you know, call me on my pager, you know the number, da-da-da-da. And so then, of course, and sometimes he'd repeat it twice, like he's announcing it in the store. Call my pager, 702-474, you know. And he would say this twice. And you're just like, okay. And finally, you know, then my roommates would call me. One of my roommates especially would call me and be like, dude, he just called me at work. And I'm like, what? So then I'm like, all right, I need to fucking call him, I guess. But boy, man, he would get really, I think part of that was too, he'd be bored at work, you know.
Yeah.
And I do get friends that, I never understood this. Why the fuck, you know, especially when I was unemployed, I would have employed friends calling me up from work. What's up? I'm the unemployed fuck. What do you think is up? Nothing. I'm sitting at home jacking off or fucking reading. You know, shit, spilled water on myself there. So yeah, it's always been a common constant occurrence. Then I got, another and it's weird. It's like it goes in spurts now. It's not like I have a constant bugaboo, but it'll be like a couple week thing, maybe a couple month. For a while, it was Sluggo. And he was always calling me, and you know, it was just stupid shit. You know, just checking in with you, you know, and just really lame shit, you know, and stuff that really could have waited. And really, I love this, too, when they say, wow, you're a really hard person to get a hold of. And it's like, well, no, maybe I just don't want to fucking talk to you. Maybe you're a really hard person to tell the fuck off. You know, could that be a possibility? And sometimes you get these people who will not get the hint. They won't at all. Like, you know, I can kind of get the hint. You know, if somebody didn't call me back, then I'm cool. You know, I'm okay, fine, I got it. You don't want to talk to me. I'm good. So I'm done. But then there's some people that just will not get the hint, and you have to explicitly say, hey, bro, I don't fucking like you. Well, okay, now there's some friends that are just, they can be annoyances. They're cool people, but they just can be little annoyances. And that's like, I got one person now who's kind of a chore to talk to because every time she calls me, she's out doing some shit, or she's at home and she's yelling at her kids while she's talking to me, you know, and it's like, well, you going to talk to me or you going to yell at your kid? You going to talk to me or are you going to work out on the fucking Nautilus equipment or whatever, you know, or she'll be buying coffee. Oh, I'm over at the Coffee Bean. Hold on for a second. Let me get a mocha chocolate fucking, you know, and you're going, you want me to call you back? No, it's okay. I'm just getting coffee. You know, and then they're driving around and it's noisy and it's just like, oh my God. And then you're yelling at them, hurting your voice in the process because they're in a noisy ass environment. And, but this person always wants to bitch about work, about people I don't know and things I don't know, you know. And the other night she texts me and starts telling me that she wants me to call her because she's got to tell me about this guy that called her at work and he was bitching about this and he wanted discounts and all kinds of shit. And, I didn't call her. I just texted her, you know, and, you know, that's kind of the nice thing with texting is you can pretty much keep everybody off your dick just by sending a text message. You know, it's a very quick and dirty way to just be like, yeah, dude, you know, to give a quick, you know, acknowledgement, but yet not have to sit there and stay tied to the phone. Because I find the problem is, too, especially now that you're older, you don't have time for that shit anymore.
No.
You know, you don't have time to sit on the phone and talk about bullshit and just be like, hey, man, you know, like I said, even really interesting people, because I do have some friends that are very interesting to talk to. And once I get on the phone with them, I know I'm going to be on for a while. But see, that's the trouble. Then you look at the time and you go, Jesus Christ, look how much time I just wasted. You know what I could have been doing with that time? So, yeah, that's, you just don't have time to be, I mean, every once in a while it's okay. I do get in my phone moods occasionally where I want to talk or whatever. But see, that's the funny thing too. You call people, you have motherfuckers that bug the shit out of you all week. Then you fucking finally call them back. Guess where they are? Not answering. Or this is okay. Now I'm sorry, your brother's very bad with this one, and his deal is he has a cell phone. He just sent you a text, but he doesn't answer the goddamn phone. The phone's right there in your hand. You're on Facebook. I see you on Facebook. You're texting, but you don't answer.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Why? A lot of people do, especially with a cell phone. It's like, dude, the thing is right by your balls. You think you could answer the motherfucker, or they just sent you a text and you try to call them and they're like, not answering? What? Really? Are you serious?
Well, I have a couple of friends that I do that to because I really don't want to talk to them on the phone.
Well, okay, all right. So that's I got you. Like the one I was just describing.
Yeah.
Like I said, every time I talk to her, she's always doing something. And I don't expect people to just set aside their life for me. This isn't an entitlement thing. But at the same time, it's like, I'm sorry, but I don't want to listen to you, yell at your kid and fucking bitch about, people I don't know about. And, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I don't talk on the phone very often.
Yeah, I try to stay away from. Well, in this person, it's funny because I will admit, for a while, she reminded me of my ex. So that's why, I kind of missed my ex and was like, oh man, and so I figured that's a way to fill the void.
Mm-hmm.
But as I got talking to her, you could just tell that there were certain things that just weren't, as some would say, the words weren't fitting the picture. Well, actually, that's a bad analogy, but things, it just didn't, it was starting to bother me a little bit. It's like just one of those people that can kind of get on your fucking nerves, and they'll call you about dumb shit. Or she used to always call me while she was at lunch. So she was always eating in my ear or, and she's at work, so it's noisy. And you're just going, oh my God, it's kind of like, when you're that platonic friend, they want somebody and you're just like, oh God, don't you have any women you can call? Do you have any girlfriends or something? This shit just doesn't, I don't react the same way a woman would. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to, or they'll tell you something. I think this is why it's hard for men and women to be friends, period. Because there's things that women find exciting or wonderful or whatever, and they'll tell you about something, and you're like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to react to that? Like they'll say something like, yesterday, my son and I, we went out to the park, and it was so beautiful, and we just, we played out there, and the clouds were so low in the sky. I mean, and I'm just like, okay, now what do you want to come out of my mouth? What's the anticipated reaction? Oh, that sounds beautiful. Oh no, you're never going to hear that coming out of me. That's not how I talk. And that's, it's the same way when people start telling you about shit they saw on fucking TV. Oh, that was another thing. I've talked about this guy before. I know I have. He was another bugaboo for a while. He was a guy from Texarkana that moved out here for a little bit, went to school with me. This is when I was in high school. And he'd always call me up, and he had a real thick, of course, southern, country accent. So, he'd always be like, hey, boy, what's up, man? And you're like, what's going on, man? And it was always, hey, man, I got to tell you about what I just seen on TV. And you'd be like, okay. And be like, this guy got up there, okay? And so what basically he's saying, this guy got up there, okay? Which, to me, sounds like this guy got up there, okay? Up there, okay? Sounds like some kind of fucking dental disorder or something. They say I got upper K in both my two front teeth. So yeah, that's been my whole thing with bugaboos. But you're right. It's texts are so much better now. You can just text people back at your leisure. But that's the problem with phone. My brother made the analogy. A text message is kind of like a tap. Like, hey, buddy, when you get a minute, as opposed to a phone call is like them grabbing you, going, hey, you sit down and talk to me. They're forcing you. And like I was pointing out earlier, they don't give a shit. They'll just call you to call you. And there's no reason for it, or again, they don't care what you're doing. You know, you're kind of like, well, I'm hanging out right now with my niggas. And they're like, well, I don't give a shit. You're going to sit and talk to me. God damn it. And you're going, no, I'm doing this. I'm going to go. I've never, trying to think. The only person I think I've hung up on is my brother when he was drunk. Well, he used to have a real big problem where, and he still kind of does this, even though he doesn't drink anymore. But I guess he thinks he's being funny, and he'll call and leave these stupid messages, you know, on my phone. You know what I'm saying? Just about dumb shit. Matter of fact, he did something last week where he blocked his number and called me and said something about, oh, we're calling doing a survey about, you know, and whatever. It was kind of stupid and juvenile, and I was like, why the fuck did you even do that? So, but there were times where he would call just drunk, talking about drunken shit. And finally he'd be like, okay, dude, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. What the fuck, man? Why are you fucking gone? That's the worst. You know, the drunk that will not get off your goddamn phone?
Oh, yes.
And they're just like, you see, that's how he used to be. And he would call. He was one of those that did not give a shit. It would be 1 in the morning. And if he had an issue, God damn it, you were going to sit and talk to him. And, you know, one time I remember him and my dad had a miscommunication. And and I guess they were supposed to go out or do something when my brother forgot and went out and got drunk with some friends. And then came home and got my dad's message on his answering machine. Hey, where you at? I'm here picking you up. Well, he calls me. And, hey, what's up with Dad? And I'm going, I don't know. And I'm like, it's 1 in the fucking morning. And he's going, listen to this message, man. And he's playing the message. And I'm like, yeah, you guys had a miscommunication, obviously. You can call him tomorrow and sort it out. No, man, I want to get this handled now. And you're going, it's 1 in the morning. And then I would say, tell you what, why don't you call Dad right now, you know, and talk this out with him? I'm sure he'd be really eager to hear from you at this moment in time. And he'd be like, nah, man, we got to talk. And then finally I hung up on him. And then what did he do? He kept calling back and calling back. I eventually pulled the phone out of the wall because it kept ringing. But then again, by then I was so pissed off I couldn't go back to sleep. So, you know, yeah, that's always the worst too. Like getting woken up in the middle of the night by some fucking lame ass.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that. You know, you want to piss me off, call me in the middle of the night or call me while I'm eating. Those are the times you will get your throat ripped the fuck out. So, and yeah, and that's just how it is. And some people will not take no for an answer. You know, in other words, like you don't answer your phone, they're calling back in 5 minutes. Because of course, 5 minutes ago you didn't answer your phone, but maybe now you will.
Yes.
So then they'll call you again. Still don't answer. So they'll wait another 5. It's weird. It's like they sit and time this shit.
I know.
Like, okay. It's wait. It's 9:54. I just called him at 9:50. Let's give it 1 more minute. 1 more minute. If I don't hear a call back, I'm calling that motherfucker. And then sure enough, 9:55, calling you back again. Phone ringing. And I always found it to be kind of homoerosive too when men call men at night. You know what I'm saying? Like I never understood that either. You know, like all of a sudden you get a random call from one of your buddies at like 10 o'clock at night, or you know, like almost 11. You know, to talk about jack shit. And, you know, I mean, certain people I know, they're just night owl people. You know, like I do have one buddy that's, you know, lives back east that we do talk, you know, late at night sometimes. But, you know, when just your homeboys call you, you know, your guys that are, you know, pretty close to you are calling you, texting you at 10:30 at night, you know, going, are you still up? Like, what do you want to have phone sex, bro?
That sounds like a booty call.
It totally does. Like, well, do you want to have, like, what? What am I wearing? You want to know what I'm wearing? Oh, right now I'm wearing my boxers. Oh, yeah? You laying in bed right now? Yeah. Got anything else on besides your boxers? No. Well, is the boxers that have the, you know, the little flap where your dick hangs out? No, they're button-up flaps. Really? Do you ever unbutton them sometimes at night? Yeah, when I want to jack off. Would this be one of those times? You know? Like, what do you call I'm a man, dude. You need to call a woman that late at night. You know, that's the point where you call chicks, you know, at 10 to 10:30 at night. That's what you do. You don't call your boys like, hey man, I wonder what he's doing. Hey, what's up, dog? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, look, dog, I was just you know what I'm saying? See what you doing. Just hanging out, getting ready to go to bed. Oh, for real, dog? Do you shower before you go to bed, dog? No. I usually shower in the morning. Also, like your balls are all sweaty? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, man. Well, dog, I mean, you know, you don't wash your balls before bed? No. Well, could I? You know, why don't you just come the fuck out and ask me if you want to wash my balls with your saliva? Fucking A. So, yeah, there's all kinds of stupid shit. You know, phone bugaboos, but like I said, that's been a constant for me.
Well, that's because you're so popular.
Is it that?
I think so.
It's just funny to me that I can get all that shit, but yet I can't get a fucking good girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can get guys. You know, if I want a dude to suck my dick, I probably could do it. You know, but yet when it comes to getting a good girlfriend, I can't. You know, or I can get annoying girls. I can get the ones that, you know, like the Tartotrons and shit, the ones that usually go for me. But for some reason, I just can't fucking. I don't know what the deal is with that. You know, and that was the other thing I was thinking about the other day too. You know, when I was helping my buddy move, and we got time yet?
Yeah, 3 minutes.
Oh shit! I better spit this one out. Well, you know, I kind of talked about it a little bit last night. You know, where it seems like I don't know. I mean, I want someone because I got to start working out. No question. You know, but the thing is, that really working out doesn't motivate you. You know, if I could help somebody do work around their house or move or something like that every weekend, I'm fucking there. You know, I'm all about it. I would be like, okay, cool, man. But obviously that can't happen because I like actually getting something done, achieving something. You know, instead of just going, ugh, yeah, you know, lifting weights and doing, you know, shit like that. It doesn't get anything. It doesn't do anything for me.
It gets boring.
Yeah, and then people say, well, why don't you walk more? Yeah, I'm just going to walk around my neighborhood. Nowhere to fucking go. You know, it's bad enough I get sighted people that always ask me, you know, where are you trying to go? In this particular case, no fucking where. I'm just walking. I'm trying to lose weight, fuckers.
I'm going to be a hamster. I'm just going to walk around
Just
and around and around.
Walk, exactly. But, yeah, it's this whole walking around the neighborhood. And you know, if I don't have somebody to do that with, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
But it's a question of finding, you know, obviously you want a partner, but, you know, you're not just going to take any old person that comes your way and shows interest, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm not settling. Where I guess most people don't have a problem doing that. Where me, I'm like, no. And it's got to be somebody, like I said before, I need somebody who's going to make me step out of my comfort zone.
Right.
You know, if they're going to do everything I want them to do, then it's no fun. But if they're actually going to say, hey, man, this is what we're doing today, or, you know, this is what I want to do, then yeah, that's actually cool. You know, I like somebody who comes up with ideas. Because sometimes I get short ideas. I'm like, okay, you know, and I get complacent and into my own little rut and what I want to do. So no reason to, you know, to do anything.
Right.
So it's good when somebody actually says, all right, man, let's go out. Let's go do this. Let's, you know, break a sweat or do something. Because like I said, last weekend convinced me when I was breathing hard and like, oh man, hold on, dude. I gotta sit down. That was bad. Anyway, we'll be right back, bitches.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. That's back-to-back slappers. Swear the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul.
I love you. You are my girl.
Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
Answer me this. When did having a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice. 5.0 Reasons, 10th anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and mob music. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and
Hello,
iTunes.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually, I'm joking and having fun and laughing. But in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy and content and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement.
Do you hate women that you can't fuck? Have you tried to rub your dick on some woman's foot and she turns you down?
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, if so, you need Game for the Mentally Lame. That's right. If you're a mental retard and women are trying to kill you with their Google cheesy leezy, then this is the book for you. That's right. Learn brand new pickup lines. Hey, baby, you hear my fake? Wanna hear on it?
No, I don't want to sit on your face, but I'd like to split your fucking lip.
Or you can also learn brand new ways of being smooth and romantic with the come-ons. Hey, how about we go have some choochie? And then after that, we can go to the rum runner.
Great. Just what I've always wanted. My own drunken alcoholic retard. No thanks.
So see, the proof is in the tard. So get Game for the Mentally Lame for only $19.99 if you call now. Order Game for the Mentally Lame for all tards and those who can't quite get it. He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a gag, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gotta slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your B64? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jisenbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down. At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance. Available for digital download only. Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes ain't your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun, my toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters, so turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer
Fuck that guy.
and DJ Jerkman,
Yes, fuck that guy too.
only on STEM Radio.
Damn, this shit really irks me.
STEM Radio. STEM Radio.
Oh, yes. Oh, I don't have to raise my hand anymore, as you
no.
can tell, because Jerkman is now behind the board. Yeah, the intro got a little bit, she saw me fidgeting over here and thought I was trying to tell her to turn the mic on.
Well, I hope to God she didn't have you guys' levels that high the whole time.
They may have been,
Because
man.
they were just kind of blasting
Yeah,
out there.
they were
distorted.
blasting. Yeah, well, that's it. That's where, yeah, they sound a lot better now, but they were cranking earlier, man. So I'm thinking,
Yeah, you may have a little distortion in the beginning of this video.
yeah, there was a few things in the beginning of this video.
Right.
Bunny Rabbit called. Did she get a hold of you?
Yeah, because she... And it was kind of strange because I said, well, at least I know, because I did talk to her. Then I said, at least I know they're answering the phone quick down there.
Oh, yeah. She was on it there.
Yeah, because she was talking to me and we got disconnected.
Oh, she was trying to call you back at the other place.
Yeah, and Teresa must have got it before I did, Kangaroo.
Oh, yeah, well, because right away I heard it ring, and I said, oh, we got a phone call. Yeah, I'll grab it.
She goes, yeah, I called and I got on Max's show. She goes, I said, this is Bunny Rabbit. I'm trying to call for George.
Yep. So we had that. We had the intro mix-up where, Ren didn't even finish rapping, and she's turning the mics on and fading them out already, and I'm like, all right, God damn it. But yes, the levels were cranking pretty good there.
Yeah, she had you way too much. You were over-modulated big time.
Okay, yeah, it sounds a lot better. Shit.
I know what I'm doing. That's the whole thing. Although I will admit, here in these headphones, I wish we had the sound that we have down there here.
Oh, yeah, so you can tell exactly.
Yeah,
where you need to
because
be.
I didn't realize until working that more days and then coming back here, the sound difference.
Yeah, and you get spoiled being down there, you know?
You kind of do. I mean, and it's not to say that I'm not going to step this up down here, but right now I'm focused on making sure that all runs right, get a lot of cash, and then it's going to start trickling back down this way where I'll start improving things here also.
Right. Well, it's still good, but
no, I'm not knocking it. I mean, because no matter what we do, we still beat KLAV by hands down.
Oh, by the way, man, did you get my text today?
Yeah, but I didn't understand all of it.
Yeah, Betty and crew.
Betty Lou
Garris.
Yeah, Garris and her acting committee.
Yep, they're down there. I mean,
Wow.
it's pretty corny.
They were corny when they were here.
Well, it's really corn now. I mean, they'll be like, all right, next we got a PSA. And somebody starts doing the whatever it is, the PSA or the commercial that she has written. But they're written really old school. Like even the names, like, hey, they had a fireworks one. They did one for 4th of July.
I'm Tommy Crackerhead.
It was like, Annabelle, we're going to go outside and do some fireworks.
Yeah. And they did that here. You know, the only thing that, like I said, upset me about them was the fact that I was in the hospital and their great Shakespearean actor, we did the cut a week before that. and he did not like the way he sounded. He needed a whole retake.
Oh, God.
I said, this is live radio. It's no retake. But they bothered me in the hospital and told me I needed to get out and do it.
Just leave the hospital. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Pull your IV out and get over here and do my
Pretty
fucking
much, yeah.
shit.
And she's like, well, you know, are you going to be out Sunday? I'm like, today's Saturday. I just was put in Friday.
Yeah, I
I was in a bad motorcycle
fell off
wreck.
a motorcycle. What the fuck part of
I am busted the fuck up.
I've got 7 broken ribs and
Yeah.
blood
I had
coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, and smashed. I had a lung that was deflated, or you know, whatever the hell I forget what that's
Oh,
called. But
God.
you know, and of course it was better by then. But still, in all, I mean, I was in bad shape. I had me on morphine, straight morphine, for almost a week straight. You know, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm just supposed to get up because you know, Rampard, the actor, did not like his part he did.
Oh, I must try hard to keep him happy because if not, he'll leave.
Well, and anyhow, I didn't do retakes. Just
It's
because
radio,
he didn't
man.
like the way he sounded, that's not my fucking problem.
That's actually what I was talking about first hour a little bit.
Right.
You know, where just people have these fucked up misconceptions of radio, and you know, like people, like I said, people will ask me about the show, and I'm like, they don't even listen.
Right.
So what the hell's the point?
Yeah, so why bother explaining to them something they don't really give a shit about enough to listen?
Right. It's like, well, that's pointless. Why tell you about something that you don't care about?
Yeah. Oh, you know, how do you save a whale? Are you going to go help save a whale? Well,
no.
no. Then what do you want to fucking know?
I'm interested. That's
Yeah.
all.
Why do you want to get so in depth? You know, okay, you save a whale by not letting somebody kill it. You need any more information? Come out and join us.
Right. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. I don't know if I have time to listen.
Right, yeah.
I'm too busy. Yeah, I hear that all the time, too. Oh, well, I still got to listen to your show. You haven't listened yet? No.
You've been on the air 8 fucking years.
Yeah.
They can't find an archive somewhere?
Bill, that's it. I mean, if you Google shit that irks me or STIM radio,
There's
you're going to get
tons
it.
of shit there.
So, I don't know, man. It's pretty fucking retarded. But yeah, they've been there for a while from what it looked like.
Mhm.
You know, they've been there since like fall of last year, it looks like.
Wow.
So I don't know if they're just bending the fuck over backwards to keep them happy or what's happening.
It's
there.
possible.
But when I saw that, I was like, no fucking way. And then, you know, I had to text you. And then, of course, I had to listen too. And that was
Yeah, they sounded that way when they were with me. So I don't think much has changed over the past, what, it's been 5 years?
They sounded that way when I was in the class.
Yeah.
Although it's all new people now. I don't know anybody. The only person I know is Betty. You know, but yeah, it was a whole new crew of people. But although I gotta say, I'm glad I'm not part of it anymore. Like being one of these corny dudes that's fucking on the radio doing their corny shit.
Well, see, and that's the whole thing. I mean, if you're going to do something, everything needs to evolve.
Yeah.
You know, okay, she has a certain way of teaching, which, and I can understand that.
Right.
But you also have to evolve it with the times. I mean, because you're only going to find so many little freaking cornballs that are willing to do that.
Well, and somebody who's going to listen to that?
Well, that's the whole
Go,
thing.
all this is really
Like, ho, I cracked a schmeckly boodly doo. Listen to them.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's what's even funnier. They had They actually had advertisements recorded, and one of them was about, you know, if you like these shows, you can buy the CDs for just $10. Go on your long trips, and there's something for everyone in these comedy skits. And go ahead and laugh. Yeah, like you just said, crack the schmeggly do or whatever. You know, sit and crack up while driving, and I'm like, that's just
corny, cornball.
It's
You might as well sell these at Christmas time for morons.
Oh yeah, it's totally corn. I mean,
You know, that's what they want to do. That's fine, but you know.
See, I used to, and she didn't like that. This is kind of why I left the group, because I used to change up the scripts, you know, and add my own shit in there.
Wait a minute. So you added.
Oh yeah.
Ad-libbing to this,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
what they're supposed to be teaching you.
Well,
creativity.
In her class, not necessarily. You just script along, you know. And
So then where's the creativity?
see, you know, there you go. Well, I think what it is, it goes back to the person writing the script, the teacher, who
It's all about them.
becomes an ego thing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I didn't write that. It's my script.
I did not write it. You did not speak it the way it was supposed to be spoken.
Now get out there and do the lines the way they are written.
When I say, letteth your haireth downeth, I did not say, don't shaveth the pussyeth.
Yeah. Oh, I would
Well, I just
put all
thought that'd be
kinds-
funny. It's not. It is not.
Oh, and I would do shit like that too.
Well, yeah, just throw them off a little.
And then she would say, "You can't do that. It's gonna throw the other actors off." And I'm
Well,
just
see,
like,
welcome to the real freaking world.
yeah. Well, that's why I couldn't do it anymore. I was like, okay, I can't just suck the dick and stay with the script. You know.
Well, that's
It's
one of the
just not
bad
me.
things. When you get when you get somebody that's so structured that they can't or are not allowed to think outside of that structure, how are they going to function in the real world?
Well, that's it. Because I mean, obviously, nothing is scripted.
No.
Nothing at all. I mean, even going to take a shit, you don't
Right.
even know what your shit's gonna be like.
No, I mean it's okay to have a certain discipline. That's fine.
Right.
But if someone's creative enough, I mean, where would Robin Williams been if they would have told him, "Hey, you got to stay with all the lines"?
Right. Yeah. The whole thing is his persona.
Yeah.
And what he brings to the
That's
scene.
that man's personality.
Yeah.
That's just him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Well, although I bet you Robin Williams has had his fair share of.
I'm sure.
You didn't say it verbatim.
Yeah. And watching him on an interview, I'm sure you can tell he's constantly on.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so you know that the man is really empty and depressed inside. You can see that. But he's funny as hell.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when he gets out and does stuff, he's always doing all this weird shit. And
Yeah. It's just his natural ability to be who
that's
he is.
him, right? And you contain that. Like I said, I can understand some sort of structure because if you're going to get into acting, a lot of it's written down for you, just a mindless blob blurbing out their bullshit.
Right.
But at the same time, some of the greatest actors were the
Well,
ones that.
You got to be able to stick. I mean, even when I was in theater class,
Mm-hmm.
even when I would change up some shit or my acting partner would change up some shit, I knew the last word and where they were going.
Right.
So I could just jump right into it. I mean, it wasn't, I'm not like, "Oh, that wasn't in there."
And that should be a part of it because if you're doing live acting, you've got to be ready for those blub ups to keep on going.
Right. And those, a lot of times, you got the basic idea of what was said.
Right.
That's what you're trying to convey is that thought. It doesn't have to be word for word.
Right.
It's just that one thought. And once that thought's conveyed, like if I said, if in the script it says, my balls itch, I think I'll scratch them. But
I scratched my balls; they itched.
yeah, if I did it that way,
Right.
well, okay, you got the same thing.
Same
across.
thing, right? Just a little different. You
Yeah.
can still go on with your line next.
Yeah, exactly. Then I can pick up and go, "Oh, really? Well, would you like me to scratch them for
Right.
you or whatever?" The
So you're saying the cream didn't work?
yeah, whatever the fuck. it
Yeah.
may be. So, yeah, they're still doing their thing.
Well, it's good to hear.
Apparently, they're very happy at KLAV.
That's
I
great
guess.
to hear. I hope KLAV loves them. And I'm sure they're not charging them what I did. I'm sure they're gouging them.
Oh, I'm sure they're getting ass rammed.
Yeah, I mean,
which is funny because if you're giving them good rates, but yet then they're
you know how much I charge
bitching.
them a month?
How much?
$100.
Wow. So for $100, you know what? It almost seems like the less you charge somebody,
The more bullshit I get.
yeah. If you ass fuck them,
Yeah, they love me.
Just ass fuck the shit out of me. I enjoy it.
I just like to be pounded really hard.
People are paying for this ass ram.
You know what I think? I think if I get it cheap, it just doesn't feel as good.
No.
I want to know that what I paid for, I'm getting rammed for.
The motto that we have to have is, I don't like it cheap, I prefer it deep. That's the way it should be.
I like your thinking. That's why I always keep you under me.
I bet you do. And I don't mind being under you.
I know you're like a bounty. You sort of sop it all right up, and it's just
I'm your personal beanbag. When you come home from a hard day's work,
plop on you.
you can just lay on me and just bury your face in me, and
And you like it though, I think.
I don't like it. I love it.
See, and that's why I like you so much. If it wouldn't be for you, who else would I ass ram like that?
Well, exactly. Well, we can ass ram the public. We do that all the time. That's the way
We
do
don't
it.
tell them that though, because they're just idiots.
Oh, well, of course, every consumer's stupid.
Thinking as consumers, what can we sell them? Gotta be, the beanbag lover.
Oh, how does that work?
How it works is if you come home at night, right? There's a face drawn on it. What we do is you can personalize it. You send us a picture. And we have this computer printed out on the face on this thing, right?
Right.
And then it's got a little hole in the center.
Right.
And it can be someone that you always just want to fuck.
Right.
We personalize it, send it to you. You come home at night, there's a dick spot When you lay down, your dick goes right in it.
Oh,
and you just squirm around because it fits to your fucking form.
Oh, that's brilliant. Now, do we have to, like, custom make it to the size of their dick?
Nah.
You're not going to do that?
It doesn't matter.
But I figured if we
don't
do
care.
that, we could charge them more, though.
We're going to get it made in China for like 20 cents.
Oh, okay. Well, then it doesn't matter.
It's not even going to be real styrofoam.
So it only busts on the second fuck,
It's
right?
going to be rabbit turds.
Oh, I like the way
See?
you think. And you know what? It'll bust.
Well, you know
like
why?
the second time you
Well,
fuck it.
right. And what happens is, the more you fuck it, the more it starts to stink. They don't have to keep buying them over and over and over. Because the rabbit turds will start to eventually smell.
Right.
They'll want to get rid of it and get a new one.
Well, if they ever decide they could just go down on it, that's their way of cleaning it. You know, they can just suck their own semen out with rabbit turds.
That's like, you know, that's like having, thinking about this. We should charge extra.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's a biodegradable bag.
Oh.
It's good for the environment. It's rabbit
We're
turds.
going green like everybody
We're
else.
green.
Oh.
Cheap rabbit turds we make a lot from. We sell them at a high price because we went green.
That's the way to... Charlie.
Oh,
my
as
God.
horny as I am right now.
Oh, my God, Charlie. Can't believe you just... how can you come up with such things like that at 8-something at night? You know what I'm saying?
I'm rubbing against the desk right now.
Oh, you better be rubbing it against my face later.
I was going to be. I'm telling you, if I could get over this desk right now. Wait till Zeus comes in and does my back, and I can get up over this desk, boy. Oh yeah.
Oh, and I'll have my mouth wide open.
Yeah, we're gonna play bunny shooting in your ass.
It's called skeet shooting.
That's right.
Except you'll be shooting skeet, not shooting at skeet.
I'll be shooting skeet with my peak.
All over my teeth and cheek. Oh, God, Charlie. That's great.
I think I orgasmed.
The problem is I have a hard-on.
Yeah, that's either orgasm running down my leg, or oh no, it's money.
See, you've gotten to the point where your money feels like semen.
I can't tell the difference. You know, they both make me so happy.
Well, now, do you want to be on top tonight, or do I have to be on top?
You came up with the money bag chair.
Yeah.
You know what?
Huh.
You can do me.
Oh!
No, just once. Don't get too used to it now.
Okay.
Right?
But you know what? At some point, I might ask you to switch up. Because I happen
Well, of
to
course you
enjoy...
would. You're a bitch.
Of course, I enjoy that cock in my
I know.
ass. That's how I got promoted the last 6 times.
And you know, I'm still taking it out of your check for all those Depends I've been buying you to walk around in that you love so much.
Because you've loosened up my asshole
Look at it
so
this way.
much.
You don't get all of that cheap, though. You know, I'm still taking it out of your pay.
Well, that's okay. You took plenty out of my ass.
Uh-huh,
You know,
see?
That's it. I can't even hold my turds in anymore.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah, they escape. You know, I cut one fart, and all of a sudden, the chicken salad
You
that
cut
I ate
one
for
fart
lunch...
and blow my lunch apart.
Well, that's why if you look on the back of my calf, you can you can see a little brown residue there. That's actually your, that's the chicken salad I had for lunch. You know,
Was it?
Yeah.
The one I got you?
Yeah, I farted, and well, you know, my asshole, it's got the elasticity of a 20-year-old tube sock.
Yeah, well, you know, I told you, you just keep coming up with these ideas, and you're going to be, soon, wind blows, you're going to be a windsock on some goddamn fucking airport. Just through Uranus.
I like the wind blowing through my asshole.
And you'll be able to whistle out your mouth.
Kind of like they say, we both blow hot air. Well, hot air's going to blow right through me. I'll tell you that. Because I'll just be an opened out, hollowed out fucking little shell. It'll be great.
You know, talk like that.
Yeah?
Makes me want to make money.
Oh, I think we should. Let's go rip some people off, shall
We'll
we?
be back later.
The Corporaticons. There we go. You know, I think it's been a while since
It
we did
has
this.
been.
Actually, you know, we got to do some more time shoe shit. I think I have a skit, too.
It was so funny because I mentioned him last night when we were at the red carpet because someone had said something, and I forget what they said, and I said, boy, I wish I could go back in time. And Earthworm was with me, or Nightcrawler. And I said,
she actually came, huh?
Yeah, she actually went. And I said, I can't go back. Oh, because someone had a phone. She had a phone, and she was going back with the calendar, and she couldn't get it to go where she wanted to. I said, what's going back in time? I said, hey, if it makes you younger, I want to buy that from you. and And she just kind of giggled. I said, well, I've already tried building myself some time shoes. And
See, most people didn't get it, probably.
no, she didn't know what I was talking about, but it was my own personal little joke.
Well, I'm sure Nightcrawler knew.
Nightcrawler did. She started laughing.
Because that's her thing.
But the person I said it to, they had no idea what I was talking about.
Time shoes? What was
What do
time
you mean
shoes?
build yourself time shoes?
Like, you got to listen to the show, and
Yeah,
you'll
this-
find out what
This
time
guy's
shoes
a
are.
freaking freak. You think he built himself some time shoes?
You could actually have shoes to take you back in
Time.
What do you think? You're fucking Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz, you fucking idiot?
You know what? We should have a girl come on and do some time shoes, like flip-flop shoes.
Oh,
Yeah.
time flip-flops.
Yeah.
She could
And she
join.
could do this whole story about it.
Actually, it's funny because I do have kind of a funny skit in mind. I'll have to tell you off the air.
All right.
Of something that I thought we could do at some point.
Yeah. Huh.
So yeah, that was my little thing with KLAV today.
Yeah, I love that place.
So, although I found one show on there I like.
You did?
Although it's kind of funny because their name is somewhat similar to STIM.
And they do something similar to you?
Yeah, they're black dudes,
Mhm.
and the show's called SAN, and it's sophisticated ass
SAN.
niggas.
Okay, really sophisticated ass niggas.
Yeah, and they basically talk about shit like what we talk about, but you know they talk about the one I heard they were making fun of rappers and making fun of different shows and how they didn't like this movie or that thing anymore.
Right.
So, but
They get on and rant and have fun.
but yeah, it was actually a pretty cool show. I might check out more of their shows. So
And you should send them a sample of one of yours.
I already did that.
Oh, did you?
Matter of fact, what I did
You're
basically.
not going to get pissed off if they don't answer you back, are you?
No. Which, by the way, that chick did accept my friend request.
Okay.
But she still didn't answer back my email.
Bitch.
Fuck you think this is, bitch? I'm obviously. Oh, throw me a crumb. I'm good enough to be your friend, but you can't write me.
Look, you just want more fucking stories.
Bitch. Hey, I want to be a part of the stories. I
Yeah.
want the stories live.
So
you know.
So you want her? You want to actually? That's what your goal is, isn't it?
For her to.
You want to correspond with this bitch, so she writes you single shit all by yourself.
I don't need
you
single
dirty
shit.
son of a bitch.
I just want her to tell me single shit. You know, like, yeah, I'm outside right now on the patio. I'm barefooted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like little shit. And like, oh yeah, really? And it sounds like she really likes to talk about her feet.
Mhm.
But I still don't think she's gonna write me back, man.
Probably not.
She probably won't write me back. You know, well, which is fine. See, this is the thing I was trying to get at the other night. You know, even when people, do that gay ass chat and shit to me on Facebook, hi, hello, it's lame and gay and shit, but, I at least answer back. You know what I'm saying? I at least give them something back. I'm not.
Well, there may be a day that you're so popular you may not be able to do that.
I doubt she's that popular that she's.
Well, there are a ton of people out there with foot fetishes that I never realized were out there.
I mean, yeah, I know there are a lot of
I mean,
people.
there is a lot.
I mean, yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I go in and scan these these chat rooms.
Uh-huh.
These video girls. I play with myself, check out some nice titties and ass and shit.
Right.
I'm a single guy. Fuck it, I can.
Right.
And all of them, every single fucker want it. Can I see your feet? Can we see some feet? I'm like, don't fucking do the. God damn it! There's a foot thing. I'm just looking at them big titties, and all of a sudden I see fucking feet. They piss me off.
Oh, see, that's how I am with I don't want to see your tits. I want to hear about feet.
Yeah, and it's like
Fuck.
I'm trying to get my fucking play on here, and all I see is fucking tootsies pop up. Then great fucking shot of like some ass or some pussy, and all of a sudden I see fucking feet.
Jacko.
And then everybody's like, oh. I'm the only one in the room voting for the pussy.
Well, it is a pretty common thing. I used to think I was weird because I
Well,
had a
you
foot
are
fetish.
weird, but
Well, I am weird, but no, there was actually the first. Well, Sluggo was the first person that I found.
Sluggo's weird. Sorry,
That
he's
had a
weird
foot
about
fetish.
it. He's very strange about it.
Well, he is.
He's kind of sneaky weird about it. That's what it is.
But see, the thing was when I first. I mean, I was just glad to find somebody that had a similar I thought I was just fucked up. Like,
Oh,
what's
you
wrong
are.
with me? I jack off over women's feet. And then when he was telling me, yeah, man, kind of get a hard on.
It's a body part. I would be worried if it was men's feet you were jacking off over.
Well, yeah, of course.
But
it's obviously women's feet. So
I realized something last night after going down there with Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah.
She's just not very good at that kind of thing.
No, well, but you remember, I used to give her shit for not talking.
We're on the red carpet. We were supposed to get pictures. She would not go up. She wouldn't do it.
Really?
Yeah. Now, Zoe Bowie was there. Everybody, all these, local celebrities and stuff were out there getting pictures and doing Josh
Groban?
No, Wild Josh or whatever, or I can't remember his name, but he's from Showtime and all that. He does like all these magic tricks, and he's a comedian.
Oh, okay.
He was there trying to get all these pictures. She wouldn't go.
Wow. Damn.
So at the end of the night,
not even humoring you?
No, at the end of the night, me and her stood at this fucking red carpet with nobody around, and had fucking Kelsey take a picture, and it looked like crap because my eyes were like half closed. And
yeah, by then you're tired.
I was exhausted. I literally fucking exhausted.
Damn.
You know, so it's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, it sucks. You bring a deadweight motherfucker to a party, and you're like, oh, fuck, okay. You know, you don't want to be rude and leave him.
Right.
But yet, you don't want to fucking sit there like a bump on a log either.
Well, in her defense, she said she had a headache and a backache, which I understand. But it was like, I just don't think that, even if she didn't have that, that's not like her environment. It's not. She doesn't like to get. It's like because we went backstage and was talking to the owners and the actors and stuff that was there and all the people and I was like, come on with us, and she's like, oh, I'll just sit, and she's just not into. And all fairness, I did say that I wanted somebody that wasn't that in, but they have to have a little bit of something.
See,
that's what I do.
There's the balance, man.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want somebody who's gung ho, like wanting to be a part of what you do. But at the same time,
at least be an addition to what I do.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Hey, that's a very good analogy there.
Hey, thank you. You know what else is good?
What? Yeah, I figured that was coming. We'll be right back, bitches.
Jimmy
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic light, you already know. Get him, Jay!
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Brubra Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. That's back-to-back slappers. Swear the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul.
I love you. You are my girl.
Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on J&J.FM.
Answer me this. When did having a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice. 5.0 Reasons, 10th Anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and Mob Blues. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and
Hello,
iTunes.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually, I'm joking and having fun and laughing. But in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate,
Oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy, then content, and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement.
Do you hate women that you can't fuck? Have you tried to rub your dick on some woman's foot and she turned you down?
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, if so, you need Game for the Mentally Lame. That's right. If you're a mental retard and women are trying to kill you with their Google Cheesy Leezy, then this is the book for you. That's right. Learn brand new pickup lines. Hey, baby, you hear my fake? Wanna hit on it?
No, I don't want to sit on your face, but I'd like to split your fucking lip.
Or you can also learn brand new ways of being smooth and romantic with the come-ons. Hey, how about we go have some choochie? And then after that, we can go to the rum runner.
Great. Just what I've always wanted. My own drunken alcoholic retard. No thanks.
So see, the proof is in the tard. So get Game for the Mentally Lame for only $19.99 if you call now. Order Game for the Mentally Lame for all tards and those who can't quite get it. He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a gack, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gotta slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jisenbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down. At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance. Available for digital download only. Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, fakes at your fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking Buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts, set your minds in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer
Fuck that guy.
and DJ Jerkman,
Yes, fuck that guy too.
only on STEM Radio.
Damn, this shit really irks me.
STEM Radio. STEM Radio.
Oh, yes, bitches.
Actually, I'm taking the one over to the other side of you, not the one behind you, but the one
Oh,
on the
okay.
other side.
I was gonna say this one's like stood the test.
Oh,
of
that
time,
one, that
man.
one, I couldn't take that one down. That is like the recognition of the All Talk videos. When
Yeah.
you pop on and see that, it's like big All Talk. It's just right there.
Big trademark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't take that out.
No, it would ruin it. It would
Yeah.
ruin the visual.
Absolutely. So we were kind of talking about how, last segment a little bit, how people enjoy just getting rammed up the ass and paying paying more money for shit that, like you said, if you're a small guy, they love to just kick the shit out of you and step on you and do all that kind of stuff. But when you're big, they're like, oh, they're bigger than us. We just got to suck the dick and accept it.
And they do it.
And they will with glee. Well, I was in this the group again, blind and visually impaired friends.
Mm-hmm.
And
you hang out there a lot.
You know, I've been in there more and more. I'm starting to use it as my blind ranting platform.
I was gonna say you're not becoming a, you know, you've got to be a leader while you're in there. You know that, right?
Well, I'm leading by doing shit like this. But you know, it's kind of my blind ranting platform because sometimes on Facebook, a lot of sighties can't identify with what the fuck I'm ranting about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they're not blind, they don't understand it. You know,
no, they're not going to.
So it's good to go in there and see what other blindos will say.
Yeah, but you gotta admit there's a point. I mean, you know, our situations are different but very similar at the same time, because you are expected, because you are blind, to deal with all blind issues. Even if it's something out and you're doing and you don't want it to put into a blind issue, it's instantly went there.
Oh yeah, sighted people will make it a blind issue.
That's what I'm saying. And for me, if I go out and do something, maybe I want to be doing something different. I don't want to talk radio. I don't want to talk all talk, but
you're
broad
right
into it.
I mean, you must well have an antenna on your head.
Yeah, and it's got to be the same for you. I mean, it's got to be the same sort of feel.
Yeah, because you're a blind guy. You might as well change your name to radio and my name to blind.
Blind, yeah.
You know, so it's one of those stupid. But I guess it's a good platform because I want to see what other blind people say. You know,
sure.
Sighties, a lot of times when I put up shit bitching about websites or things like that,
they're not going to understand it.
Yeah, they just won't comment, and I just get nothing on it.
And you know what the fucked up part is they would try to pretend they would, so they would close their eyes and try to navigate. But the thing is that the minute something wouldn't go right, they would open their eyes and look real quick because they know they can.
And the thing is, too, it goes deeper than just closing your eyes.
Right.
It's the fact that your screen reader won't navigate through the page, or they have something they don't have anything in place, you know, for the captcha code.
And you don't have that option of opening your eyes and looking quick and closing them again.
Right, to know what's going on.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, all you know is Jaws has stopped talking, and you're going, what? And you're hitting the arrow key, and then you're trying to hit other stuff to try to make it do whatever.
Right. So you can't do the cheat move and open your eyes and try to figure it out, and then go back to pretending like you're blind.
Right. Exactly. It's like, oh, I'm stuck. Fuck. And sometimes I got to hard boot my computer just because I'm like, okay, Jaws isn't talking. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, I was posting today in the group, and I said, you know what? I said we need to start talking about, compile a list of websites that are not very blind friendly. So that way, people will stop going to them. And, so one guy posted, and he said, damn, you're going to be posting for days. There's plenty of those. And so a few people were talking, and then some other people were talking about, like software issues, like I guess Google Chrome doesn't work very good with JAWS.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was asking about Windows 8 and how is it with JAWS and all that type of stuff. So then this chick writes on there, and she's like, yeah, but do you really think a bunch of websites, those big websites, are going to care what us whiny blind people have to say?
They should.
And, well, that's what I said. I said, oh, really? So our blind dollar doesn't mean shit? I said, so we're less than...
Your blind dollar spends the exact same as my sighty dollar.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to prove.
Although they look at statistics like, okay, how many blind people are out there? Then how many blind people are going to use the product? Then how many blind people are going to buy it? So they will use statistics to find out whether it's worth it to them or not.
Mm-hmm.
And
which is kind of stupid.
She or he may be right on that point.
Well, no, their point was very, very minuscule. Basically, what they were trying to say, because as I delve into it deeper with her, and I mentioned that our dollar spends the same as their sighty dollar, and we're consumers, and they should be caring about this. And she's like, yeah, but do you think that developers are going to listen to blind people? Blind people are very demanding sometimes. And I'm like, okay, I get that. I know that.
Oh, shit. Sighted people are fucking demanding. Jesus.
Yeah, you know that too. But there are blind people. I know there's some whiny-ass blind people that expect everybody to just
that comes in every league. I mean, okay, yeah, you're probably right. Someone that's newly blind or someone that feels they've been robbed in life. Yeah. So now they have a right to entitlement, right? Like you see an older person, like I'm old, I'm entitled to act any way I feel like.
Even Sluggo, he gets a little entitleitis going on sometimes.
Yes, he does.
So I mean, it is there. It's awake. I understand that. I know that. But at the same time, I just said because I go, she said blind people are very whiny and demanding, and is some developer really going to want to deal with that and take the time? And so I just wrote back, and I was like, well. Yeah, it's true. Blind people can be whiny and demanding. I said, but that's a very broad statement when you generalize all blind people to be that way. I said, that's like saying all black people.
Crap, don't say that. Because we said that about women. Don't say that.
Oh, yeah.
No, you know what?
Well, what about what you say about bitches? Well, but you know what? She threw my same fucking thing that we always throw out back at me. well, I'm just going on my experiences.
And true, that is what she's going on.
And that's all you can go on, which I understand. But I said, that's when I told her, I said, yes, but your experiences, I said, you have experiences. You have an edge where these developers don't. They don't even, to them, blind people don't even get on computers in their mind. You know what I'm saying?
To a lot of them, unless they're specifically working on blind software.
Right.
And then, even at that, you know how many sighted people it takes to try to understand and how many blind people they will bring in to ask questions because they still don't understand it all.
Yeah, there has to be a bridge between sighty and blindo.
Right. Okay, I can close my eyes and say, oh, look, I'm blind. But I'm not going to understand your fucking world and how to navigate it.
Right.
And what software is going to work for it.
Right, exactly. I mean, I don't know what your sight looks like.
Right.
Until I actually, that's why I always tell people, because I'm willing to do this for people for free,
Because you're a trailblazer.
I'm a trailblazer.
You're a trailblazer. That should be your last song.
What's that?
Trailblazer.
I'm a trailblazer. So, no, but, yeah, and so I understand, you're going on experience, whatever, but I said, these developers have, they don't even have that much of an educated decision to make that decision.
They're looking at corporate dollars, what they're looking at, and then they will bring in other people that are blind and say, what would you like to see? They'll bring in a handful.
But I don't think they've even done that much.
No?
There are some sites that you'll go to. I was at one today.
Oh, no, I meant like if they're developing like a JAWS or something.
Oh, in those cases, yes.
But for the sites, half of them don't even give a fuck.
Oh,
they're not worried about you or any other disability, really, to be honest with you.
No, fuck no. I went to this site today where, it was fairly navigatable, but when it came time to put in your CAPTCHA code, 'cause you got to register with the site and all this shit. And when it came time for the CAPTCHA code, it just said, there was no click here to get an audio challenge. A lot of sites are doing that now.
Right.
This one did not. So it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. So what do we do for blind? Well, there was not even an option. At least Yahoo used to have a thing where it would say, click here if you're blind or visually impaired. And then it would give you a phone number you had to call and then you call up Davey the Dune Coon and he helps you set up your account.
So how's our site now?
Your site's good.
Okay, it's still
actually it's better, I think.
Is
than
it?
It used to be.
Okay.
Yep.
It's navigatable.
It is. It is.
All right, cool.
Now, KLAV, I will even say, is
It's
now
improved.
navigatable too.
Right.
Because there was a time where I couldn't navigate it, and it's still a little bit fucked up. It's not perfect.
So ours is still easier?
Yours is still way easier. Yeah, I mean, I can find the Listen Live link right away. I can find shows if I want them.
Isn't it amazing how over the years we've always developed a site that was usually pretty blind friendly?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, the one thing, and this is just a Ustream thing. This is nothing. This is totally independent of you.
Right.
But when I click on the Ustream link, for some reason it's muted.
Isn't that weird?
You have to click an unmute button, which I don't know where that is. It's a visual thing.
Yeah.
But that's Ustream. That's not you.
Yeah, and because it's an embedded player, which is a flash, you can't get in and separately work it. It doesn't tell you single things inside of a flash player.
Yeah, it should. And now sometimes, like on YouTube, it will say pause button, mute button.
Yeah.
So there are a few things
But
there.
that's because on YouTube, their video is at the top. It's in a separate box, and their player and stuff is below it.
Oh.
With Ustream, it's embedded into it. It's all one player.
Okay, yeah, because it was just weird. I've tried to watch a few things, not just yours.
Right.
Somebody else did something with a Ustream, and I was trying to watch it, and it wasn't playing. And G Motors was there, and he's like, well, I see somebody. He's like, I see some guys. And I'm like, okay, but he's like, their mouths are moving. How come you don't hear anything? And I'm like, must be muted. So, yeah, it's weird. How come it starts out muted? I don't get that.
I think it's because they don't want you going onto a place that may be playing video after video and have to try to find a mute it quick, and your computer starts up and with sound instantly. A lot of people don't like that.
Oh, because of work? Like if
yeah,
they're
you could be at
watching
work.
Shit?
Yeah, you could be anywhere, and you don't want to hear because most sites are always there's no sound. People have gotten used to that over the years, and when you go onto a site that instantly, like you go on a rap site, and all of a sudden, and you're like, oh God, where the fuck is the thing to mute this?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying because I have been, and there's other sites that you'll go on, and right away music just starts cranking, and you're just like, okay, fuck, now I can't even hear my screen reading software.
See, and that's it, and that's why I think they do that because people don't like that interruption during if they want the choice to be able to turn it off or on.
Oh, okay.
They don't want to have it blasting right in their face and then have to try to find it to shut it down.
So yeah, that's been that's why I don't listen to All Talk Live. But that's Ustream that has nothing to do with All Talk.
Right.
So that's kind of a bitch. But other shit that you're trying to do.
Mhm.
Sometimes, certain sites that are hard to navigate, or they're either hard to navigate or they don't have something in place for the CAPTCHA
For
code.
navigation,
That
right.
that drives me fucking nuts. If you're trying to put in a CAPTCHA and then there's nothing, you can't click anything that will tell
Tell you what it is.
And it's hard enough with the audio captures. They're like,
Oh, Jesus. You should try seeing these fucking things.
Oh, well, sighted people tell me that shit too. They're
I mean,
like,
there's times
"Man."
when I say a CAPTCHA, I won't even go on the site because I'm like, you know what? Because you'll do 100 of them trying to get the right fucking one because you can't understand what it's trying to say.
Yep, that's what it is with the audio. And I start getting weirded out thinking like, am I losing my hearing?
Yeah.
How come I can't, because it reads so fucked uply. It's like,
The way it's reading off to you is the way it looks to us. They'll put like a C, but they'll put it in squiggly lines and they'll put other stuff behind it so you can barely make it out, and then they'll make it, and you're looking at it going, is that a fucking Q? Is that a C? It looks all fucking garbled.
Now, there are some audio captchas that are good, where you can click on them and it's clear. It's just like Q, O,
Yeah.
R, you know what I'm saying? So right away you heard exactly what was in
and
there.
there's some that if it comes onto the ones where it's hard for me to make out, I don't mess with them because you're doing it over and over and over. But if it's ones that you can pretty much see, it's maybe a little squiggly because they're trying to keep robots from coming to bots and shit.
Oh yeah, right.
But if you can and you do it, you're like, okay, that's not so bad. I will get on those ones, but the ones that are a mess, I don't even attempt anymore. I just walk the fuck away.
When there are some like SoundCloud does this. This is why I stopped fucking with SoundCloud. Because if you get locked out of your account, which has happened to me a few times, you got to put in a CAPTCHA code.
I've been hearing a lot of people complaining about SoundCloud.
Yeah, well, I stopped using it. I mean, I still have it for the year, but I have not uploaded an archive since like June.
They fuck themselves. They try to do too much.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can overdo something that you screw yourself out of a good thing.
It's an overscrew. That's what it is.
Yeah, you've taken it too far.
Yeah, because they've gotten pretty shitty, as far as...
I don't use them at all.
No, I don't use them anymore. Well, especially now with...
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't need it.
Let's see. And I was looking, too. There weren't very many listens on SoundCloud.
Right.
I was getting more listens on YouTube than I was on SoundCloud.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I think this is a pretty easy decision here.
Our numbers on YouTube should... But you know what's weird?
They're dropping.
This is very strange because I was watching somebody last night. And he said that they have been on because he anything that he covers on government and stuff. He said he used to get like 100 fucking hits a day on one thing and emails. He said now all of a sudden all of his hits are starting to drop. He said his net ratings are dropping. He said, but he's getting people that still say they listen, but they can't contact him. They're not showing up when they're looking. I think this is a little bit of a control thing. I think that we are still probably where we were. But they're making it look like we are not. They're not registering all of our shit.
Yeah, so we look bad to anybody who's wanting to advertise with us.
Yes, exactly right.
Mike still gets a shitload of hits, though. I can see that.
Yeah, but it's strange because I've been having a lot of problems with his stuff, trying to get it up and going. His stuff always breaks up. It's always... I'm having issues ever since he started doing this conspiracy theory shit.
So there's other ways they can kind of fuck with you.
Yeah, they can break up your download. They can keep your hits from coming through. They can make your channel look bad.
Yeah, see, even with some of the shows that aren't that hard, even May's show.
Right.
It doesn't seem like she gets as many views anymore.
No. All of a sudden, just like when we started ramping up, we were blasting along.
I mean, there'd be 50. You could have something up and there'd be 20 people listening to it.
And you know what's so weird is at that time we had 26 subscribers. Now we have over 100 and some, and our views and stuff are going down. How does that work?
That's strange.
How do you get almost over 100 and some more subscribers, but yet all of your stats are dropping like flies?
Right. Like you have more subscribers but less people watching?
It doesn't make any sense, does it?
Nope. And it sends out, because I get those emails, usually on Sundays, from YouTube that says, here are the new shows.
Been uploaded.
Womack show.
Yeah.
And this. And, for some reason.
You must get a shitload. Throughout the week with us.
Actually, Ustream, you know what? Ustream isn't as reliable anymore either. Because they used to, every time you went on and did a show, it would tell me All Talk Radio has just gone live.
Yeah.
Where they haven't been doing that very much anymore.
No, it's like they're trying to cripple anybody that's trying to put anything out that's not what they want.
Yeah.
It seems like that. I mean, I'm not jumping on any conspiracy theory here or anything, but it does seem that way. And the fact that some other man, a couple other people actually on YouTube that were big names that were putting out stuff by the government or saying that they've been stifling their stuff.
Weird. So if it's not stupid things, you know, then all of a sudden you won't get your
Yeah,
hits.
and it's kind of funny because if it's nonsensical and it's just blah blah blah, and nobody cares about it, like it has nothing to do with fighting against them or mentioning them.
Yeah, then they're all for it.
They're all fine.
Or
They
even
don't
if
care.
you use profanity, like shit. I had one video I put up on my channel. It was called "Nigga Night with Dick Bite," and there was like 76 hits on that shit. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that was a dumb video. We were just in the house being fucking stupid, drinking beer.
Yeah.
You know. And then my ejaculation song that I did at karaoke.
Yeah.
That's got like 50 or 60 hits. I'm like, okay, so why are my shows on my YouTube channel only have like say 1 or 2 views?
Yeah.
You know, something's fucking weird.
That's what I said. I think once there's certain thing, because keep in mind, when those videos are going up, they have a voice recognition thing in there that detects certain words and stuff. And that's how they pick out the songs, and they know what songs are being played in that.
Oh, that's right.
So at the same time, you think they're only stopping at just finding music? Fuck no.
No, they're going for what's content too.
Content.
What
So
you're saying.
and what they're doing is probably making that content either hard to find, or your numbers aren't rating, or something, because it's like their way of stifling you.
Yeah.
It's the censorship.
Kind of interesting. Yeah, it's their way of fucking with you a little bit, just
Yeah.
because they're corporate.
Yeah, and we started blasting off. We were doing very, very well.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we had over 45,000 in a month going through with listening hours and stuff. And I was like, holy shit. Now all of a sudden we're down to less than 1,000?
Yeah.
How does that happen in 2 fucking months
Yeah,
with
that's-
more fucking subscribers?
That is weird. And the fact it's, you know, and I guess you could say, well, it's summertime, but it doesn't. There's something more going on.
Not that quick. And the first time that I noticed this happen, they actually sent me a letter in my thing saying that they were having an issue tracking our statistics correctly.
Yeah, see, you can kind of expect them to start doing that shit?
Yeah, and I think ever since after that was about 2 months ago, I
remember
got
you telling me that.
Yeah, and it was around April, I think, or something like that. And
Because you're like, hey, man, they actually fucked up on our numbers. They're going to redo them for us.
and I
was like,
never,
huh?
yeah, I never seen anything. They're like, well, we didn't give you all the numbers you deserved. Well, that's funny because when they came back around, they took more away.
Yeah, almost like you expect it now. Like they're hoping you just
Yeah.
go, oh, they're okay. They're gonna give me those numbers.
Max's show went from having like 100 and some fucking downloads in a month to 2. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
With 100 more new subscribers, nobody's looking at this stuff.
And you can look at old videos. See, like if somebody looks at a video from say February,
Yeah.
you know, there's probably like 60, 70 hits on that bitch.
Yeah, at least every time.
But now, you know, we got the newest stuff that goes up, and it's only like maybe 3 people.
And I've got new shows. You know, like we got Tiffany back. Tiffany's got a hell of a following with people. 16 hits is what she got. 16.
Yeah, that's.
I'm like,
whoa.
come on.
That's way. Yeah, for her.
And
especially.
she's even now. Think about this. I'm sharing it on my Facebook. I see other people sharing it, and she's sharing it with all her friends on her Facebook. You mean 16 people only hit on the damn thing? That's it?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
buy it. I don't buy it.
Some disproportionate shit, man.
So when I see her put up just a little ferret video at her house, I mean, she's getting hundreds of freaking hits on it.
Yeah, I remember. You
Yeah.
know, just seeing these videos were like, you know, 80 something. I used to trip out like, damn, she's already got 80 hits.
Yeah.
Or same with Lauren.
Oh, Lauren used to, in a day's time, she was starting to the hundreds.
Oh, yeah.
In a day or 2 times, she would start about 100 and some, start to break.
And then Mike's would shoot up to 301. See,
Yeah.
that's kind of strange, too.
Yeah.
You know,
We talked about that, too, with Mike. We're like, because his stuff has been harder and harder to upload.
Man, you know, it's like, you don't want to think everything's a conspiracy, but God damn it, when things start to look and smell and taste like they are shitty, probably shitty.
Speaking of that, you know, the weirdest thing is, I came in, about an hour ago?
Right.
I sat in, did the show, and I've noticed one major thing down here that's totally different. I mean, this is totally different from down there.
Okay.
It's the smell.
Oh.
I mean, it smells really fresh down there and everything, but the thing is here is, for some reason, it just smells like lobster.
Oh, had to get one in, did you? That's Jeremy's nut on your lip. Anyway, bitches, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm GJ, at least made it here for the last part, Jerkman.
And that's the story there, bitches. See ya.
Jimmy Fly. It's the shit that hurts you. Max Hill,